Welcome back to Keep It Blunt podcast with Abby and Meg.
Hi guys, excited to be back.
Me and Ab decided that moving forward we're gonna start doing our like highs and lows of the week. So what was your high and low this week?
We said this and I didn't really think about it.
I'm not going to.
I would say my high this week, my high and low honestly go together. So Saturday the Chiefs played, obviously. And that day we had like a 16-hour work day, which was like really long and honestly is like really like fucked up my sleep schedule and my mental. But at the same time, we had a lot of like hangout time, and I had like such a great time hanging out with my coworkers all day. Like we messed around on the mechanical bull. We were like trying new tricks. We honestly just got to all have like fun together for a lot of the day, which we don't always get. So that was definitely, they kind of tie in together.
That's fun. I like always wish that like work's dead so I can just like dick around with my coworkers because I love my coworkers. But we don't have that opportunity. We have a staff party coming up next week, which is gonna get rowdy. I'm making Abby's sister day drink with me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if we've ever talked about the fact that Cassie, my sister, and Meg, all three work together, which I definitely get FOMO every single Sunday. So obviously I work at a bar, so I get home at like 4 a.m. And then every Sunday, as soon as I wake up, Macy texts me and she says, come into work, and I go in and see them. And
I love it when Abby comes in.
I'm basically just a
Off, but
regular.
not us, because we have like football.
Yeah, and Meg's sister owns like one of those nutrition shops right beside it, so I go stop in there, grab a drink from them. And it was funny because last week I think they're younger, like high school maybe.
Yeah, probably.
I was like, yeah, I'm going to see my sister and Meg. They're like, you know Meg? And I'm like, yeah, I do the podcast with her. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're the podcast girl. And it's like so funny that they like that people know that, you know. Yeah, we've kind of talked a little bit about before, like random people recognizing us now.
It's like becoming, anytime I'm out, I have random people coming up to me like, the podcast is so sick, and like it's just cool to like that people like see me and then they like that's the first, or people just scream, like, keep it blunt, you're the keep it blunt girl. And I love that.
It's so weird because there's so many people I would never expect to even know who. But like I'll be like walking through the crowd at work and someone will grab my shoulder and be like, you're the girl from the podcast. And I'm like, how do you know that? Like how, and because it's like, obviously we talked about it, like Kansas City feels small, but obviously it's still a city and it's big. And I usually don't recognize like people who come into my work, but to have those people like pull me and like, there's like a lot of guys will even do it. And I'm like, you're a guy and you listen to the podcast? And he's like, yeah, I'm caught up. I just haven't listened to last week's yet. Or I'm like, what the heck?
Cassie yesterday, she was home alone because I was working, and she caught up on the last 2 episodes because she hadn't listened to them. I know she texted me, but she was like,
I was busy, so I didn't really text back.
She was like, I was sad, and I listened. She was like, it was honestly perfect because it felt like I was like hanging out with you and Abby, and I needed that because I was alone. And I was like, I love that.
I'm trying to think of what Cass texted me. So obviously on the last episode was when I kind of like exposed my ex a little bit for like the shitty ass stuff he did, or 2 episodes ago.
It might have been 2 episodes ago.
And so Cassie texted me, bro, I'm listening to the gaslighting episode and I cannot believe your ex, all these crying emojis. She said he acted like he didn't even know you. I would lose all sanity. And I was like, oh, trust me, I absolutely lost it. There was nothing left intact. But it was just cute to like have her obviously like be interactive, and then it's just fun.
I love when people like random people come up to me and like want to talk about it. It just like makes my day, my night, my week, honestly.
Yeah. Or like especially when they can pull like specific stories you talked about.
Yeah, because then it's like, oh, they actually, because I know some people know of the pod and have never listened, which is absolutely fine. Like the more people that know about it, the more people that will listen. But when they actually have listened and we'll talk about stories and they tell me that it's funny or that they like were dying laughing, I love that. Like Johnny's been showing it to his Dallas friends and they keep me posted about it, and like they're loving it. They think it's so entertaining.
I think that's so cute. It's like, it's just kind of like, obviously like we know someone and then they introduce it to someone else, and eventually it'll just keep growing like that.
we'll see where we're at. We hit 10 episodes. That was like
Yes.
our first goal. Is
Yeah.
when we started this whole thing. What's the statistic we read?
Oh shit! I can't even remember. We kind
I
of
think
talked
it's
about
like-
it, and it was like after. What was it? It
I
was
think
like
it's like
60 or 70% don't make it to 10,
To 10
and
episodes.
then of those, like the next 60% of those don't make it to 20.
So
So I think it was something like that.
Something like that, yeah. So we've hit 10. Our first goal was like, let's just get 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And then me and Abby are like, once 10, like, let's not expect anything until we hit 20 episodes. Like, don't get upset if it's not growing the way like we want it. Obviously, like, you can't just go viral. Some people can just go viral overnight, but like, we're not expecting that.
Yeah. And honestly, like, there has been some, like, I would say we've experienced some growing pains with it. Like, obviously, you guys saw we fired our producer. Like, that was a huge thing for us, and adjusting to doing this on our own, I think, was a big adjustment for us.
Oh, yeah. Like, it was just hard to, like,
And
even us to get into it.
I was gonna say, like, there was definitely times I was like, I don't really even want to do this anymore. But lately, I've, like, felt so much better about it. And
Same.
now that we've kind of, like, found our groove a little bit, it is making me excited to, like, keep seeing it grow. And hopefully we just keep on having, like, good times with it.
So thanks
That's
to
all that
everybody that
matters.
has supported us, because you're the reason why we're still doing this.
Yeah, literally. I mean, there was definitely times where, like, what are we doing?
We both would be like, should we just quit?
I literally asked Meg, I was like, we're gonna have to lean in or lean the hell out, because I'm like, this, because we were just kind of like in between on it, and we're kind of half-assing it. I'm like, I don't want to just do it.
Also, like, yeah, just like life. Also, not only was like the whole producer thing, but then I had my thing with like trying to figure out my career again and like what I wanted to do with that. And now I'm like making good, like better money than I was making.
Yeah.
In a corporate America job, and I have now more time to devote to podcasts.
Yeah, no, that is like,
Which I
has
know.
been a huge thing for us. Like, you having so much time, like, I am so appreciative of all the time you put into it. And I've had a hard time because I've gone back into real estate, and so that's just been like, Meg knows I get very overwhelmed very easily.
Yes.
So it takes a lot.
Which I get, like, I totally get that she gets like that. Like,
Yeah.
one day we were out shopping and I could just feel that I was getting overwhelmed.
It was embarrassing. We were doing nothing.
I think went to like 2 stores and we're in Sephora, and she's like, I just need to leave. I'll meet with you later. And I was like, go, just go. I
I
can
was
tell
just
you're
like,
overwhelmed.
I'm like, so, I get overwhelmed so easy, and I don't know what it is, and it's just like, there's a million things in my head, and I'm like, why can't I just be a normal person? And this is,
I never judge you for it. I like, even though I also get it, I can get overwhelmed like that too, and people deal with it differently. So I'm just like, no, I'm just, it's normal for me. Like,
Yeah.
she's overwhelmed. She just needs some time.
Yeah, and sometimes I get like that about the podcast, but I've been trying to do a lot better. Like, I get overwhelmed like thinking about having to do it, but then as soon as you like come over, I'm like, oh, I'm like hyping it up in my head.
Yeah.
Like, why do I do this?
Anxiety gets the best of us.
Yeah, which I've been trying to be a lot better about, like, not overthinking things in general. Like, with guys, I'm very bad about that. You know, I overthink the fuck out of everything. And, so lately I'm just trying to be like, literally whatever happens, like, I don't care what happens.
Yeah.
And it's been very relieving, because then I'm not putting so much pressure on myself or pressure on every day. Or it kind of started when I went on 3 dates 1 week, and that was kind of the start of it. And then since then I've just been like, I'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I never did my high.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We thought about
I
it.
get so distracted.
I would say my high of the week is I'm starting like a new like wellness challenge. I just signed up for 2 months of aerial yoga, which I'm excited. I'm taking a class tonight, which I used to do, but then I just like stopped. I did like 2 years ago, like right after I got out of a breakup.
I remember whenever I like first found out who you were, because whenever I applied it where Meg worked, Meg texted one of my friends from high school, and they texted me and were like, oh my god, like, she saw your resume, whatever. And I stalked your Instagram, and there was a picture of you doing aerial yoga, and I was like, this girl, or Silks yoga, is that the same? And I was like, this girl's so cool. She's like way cooler than me.
It's so hard. It is
Really?
so fucking
Oh, it would take
hard.
a ton of body strength.
It is so hard. Like the picture I have on my Instagram of me doing it, I think I tried to do that pose like probably 100 times. Like, it's hard.
We have Silks in my in our yoga studio in my apartment, actually. I need to like sign up for a class. I just never have.
Yeah, you use it at any time.
Yeah, I mean, if I knew how to do them.
I'll learn some stuff and then I'll show you. Maybe we
Yeah.
can make like a YouTube video out of it.
That would be so funny. Okay.
It would be pretty fucking
Report
funny.
back when we're gonna do this and Meg trying to show me shit and
Give me like a month of
Yeah.
going to class. I signed up for a class every day this week. I'm going
That's
from walls to
awesome.
the wall. I think I just need a hobby too. And
Yeah.
It's like a good one.
when you've been wanting to get back into like working out and stuff
Yeah.
and like that's a great
And I've
way
been
just
going to
be-
the gym, but I was a
Yeah.
dancer growing up, and my roommates make fun of me because I like if I'm home alone all day, I'll make like a to-do list because I like to physically check things off
Same.
the list. And they always make fun of me because I have stretch on my list because I'll like do like my whole like hour-long like dance studio like stretching. I just feel so.
I hate stretching.
No, it's so good for you, and I feel so good, and I can like tell now, like I can feel my body like getting like tight and tense, like as I'm getting older, versus whenever I was a dancer and I like throw my leg over my head. Like that.
Okay, do your low now. And then
Oh,
I
my
can
low.
connect back.
What is my low?
That's a beautiful thing that you don't have one.
I don't think I have a low. I've just been like
Grinding.
grinding. Me and T-Watt were talking about this the other day, and he was like, Meg, you've been so good lately. And I was like, I just don't give a fuck about anything. And if something bad happens
It's
in
so
my
freeing.
life, yes, it's so freeing. And I'm like, is that because I'm like maturing? Is it age? Is it because I'm not a raging hormonal bitch anymore? I don't know, but I just don't care. Like, if something bad happens, I'm like, one, I know I've been through like way worse, so I've just been like, it can't get too bad.
I think you like also just came out of a very dark time, like leaving your job,
Yeah.
not being able to find a new one for a while, kind of going through a huge transition period.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and there was a lot of stuff that happened during that downtime. Like your
that
car
was just
got
the past few
towed.
months. The past 3 years, or 3 or 4 years were like some of the darkest times of my life. Like in college, I had a shitty friendship going on at the time. I was dealing with sorority bullshit at the time. Girls just like not
Unhealthy
like
relationship kind of, or breakup.
a pretty gnarly breakup that was not fun at all, and like took me so long to like not even get over, just like get to a point where I was like okay.
Yeah.
And just like family shit. Me
I was
and my
gonna
family
say,
were fighting like crazy. And, like my mom passed away when I was in college, so like that isn't easy for anybody to deal with.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like
Finally, like growing
from
From
that,
all
which
that.
is just like a huge relief.
huge. That's
So,
so, like
no
it's,
love.
I was gonna say
Right
it's
now.
so exciting, like seeing, like even just since I've met you, you've like grown up a lot. I feel like, and which I mean, hopefully I have too. But
Oh my god, you wanna know something funny that happened to me at work this week?
yes,
It was Sunday or Monday? Sunday, yeah, Sunday. I'm wearing no makeup, like looking not crusty.
no,
I
you
always
looked cute. I was there. You looked cute.
Okay, I always look cute at work if I have no makeup on, but like
Your skin is fucking glowing too, so you can get away with not wearing makeup.
well, so that's why, because I feel like my job is like it's a bar. There's bar food. It's greasy, so like I try to not wear I'll wear makeup on the weekends because like gotta make my tips. But sometimes I don't want to wear makeup because like I can just tell it's horrible on my skin, like the cakiness, the greasiness. Anyway, some guy comes up to me as he's like leaving and is like, "Hey, I think I know you," and I was like, I like am just being my sassy ass self, like thinking I'm like, "No, you don't," and he's like, "Yeah, I do," and I was like, "Then what's my name?" And he's like, "Megan." I'm like, "Fuck."
Oh, my bad.
And I'm like, well, then how might I know you? Because I have no fucking idea who this person is. And he's like, well, you ghosted me on Hinge a few months ago. I'm like, shit.
That was so sad.
And I'm like, oh, well, if I'm being honest, like I deleted my Hinge, which is honest because the Hinge I have now is our Hinge. And I was like, you could just like, you should follow me and message me on Instagram then.
Was he cute?
Yeah.
Convincing.
Like not like, he was cute.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh my god. He was cute and nice.
I have to take this man back. It was not that.
Yeah. I just am also in a weird point in my life where I just don't think any men are cute.
Yeah, I was gonna say you haven't really even been like interested in dating at all.
Which we'll get into that because I want to call this segment "Date Your Friends." months.
Oh yeah, also I think that could have a little something to do with the Hinge, the fact that we haven't went on the date yet.
So I was trying to today, and I was asking everybody who was free Tuesday night, because me and Abby were going to record at night, and then I was going to, like, surprise her with a date. But she has plans, so we'll do it a different night. It's hard to find days that we're both free, other than the days that we record.
Yeah, so with me also, like, I have been pretty actively, like, going on dates.
Yeah. And I don't want to ruin that for you.
Yeah.
So I just am like, go girl.
like I said, so a few weeks ago I went on 3 dates. Well, actually 4 dates 1 week. So it took up every single free night I had, and that was actually the week I think we started the Hinge. Or the week before.
It was like around the same time.
Yeah. And then the next week, like we went on our own date. That was when we went to Barrio, I think.
Yeah.
But it's just been kind of like, also I feel so bad if we post about going on this date and like this guy I do like.
Talk to him first and just be like, it's just for content. Or we could go with him if he has a friend and he's willing. I don't want them to come on the pod. I just want to go and then we'll talk about it on the pod. Like very descriptive detail.
Yeah. I think we should just go with random people, because like then it's like feels more like a double date where I'm trying to set you up with his friend, and that feels weird.
Yeah, agreed. Okay.
And I'd rather do 2 random guys and just make it be so fun and so out of pocket, because the less we know them, the more random shit we can say.
And the funnier it can be. Like, I want to do all the bits on them. I want to be weird as fuck and just see how they handle it.
So I forgot to tell you about this. So I had a bachelor. Did I tell you about the bachelor party I had this weekend at work?
I think a little bit.
Well, like, I was like the most outgoing I had been in a long time at work, and so they're sitting at my table and they come over to the bar and they're talking to my guy best friend who's the bartender, and they're like getting shots from him even though they have the same alcohol at their table. I was like, whatever, like, make your money, dude. And so they're like ordering shots and they go to tip him and they're like, what should I tip him? $5? And I said, you're tipping the bill. And they're like, I don't know about that. I'm like, you're gonna tip the bill. And they're like, okay, fine. And like just being so straightforward. And then I kind of just like messed with them all night. They'd be like, how old do you think I am? And I'd be like, 45. They're like 25. They'd be like, you really think I'm 45? I'm like, no, I was joking. But and then so Saturday they came back and I had their table. Well, I didn't know if I was gonna have their table again, and they told the other girl, they're like, we want Abby. And I was like, okay, I'll go over. And I came over, I'm like, I'm back, assholes. And they were like, we're so excited. So it's like, we kind of talked about it last week, how we love fucking with our tables. And that was also one of the highs. Like, they were so fun, and it made, like, this weekend at work was just genuinely so fun. I didn't, no cares, messing around.
I had a couple the other day that was so fun, literally so fun, and they tipped me, they treated me so well. I like love them for that. But the wife came up to me and was like, I want you to order 2 Rumpelman shots chilled, and when you bring them to the table, act like somebody ordered them for us. I was like, okay, fuck yeah. So I do, and the husband's like, he's like, what? Who are these from? I said, a secret someone. Cheers, guys. And I hand them to him. She proceeded to order 9 rounds of Rumpel shots.
Oh my God.
They're ordering buckets of beer. I convinced them to order. They were drinking beer, and then I was like, it's happy hour. Like, and we have our game day buckets today. Like, you guys should get a bucket and hang out with me. Like, let's do it. And they ate that shit up, and so they ordered a couple buckets.
9 rounds.
9 rounds of Rumpelman.
Did she act like they were all from random people?
And then it just, he started to catch on, because like she
wouldn't leave the table.
Would like lean over and wink at me, or she like secretly so he wouldn't see, and then he was like, who is ordering these? And he was like, I'm not paying for these. She's like, I'm paying for the bill. And I was like, I don't know, a secret, like, I'm hearing voices in my head, I think. Like, I don't know what's going on.
I wouldn't even know what to do.
I just kept going, I'm hearing voices in my head, and I just keep hearing another round, and that you guys want them.
I would have been so calm, girl, like, because I'm a really, really bad liar.
Oh my gosh. And she let me try on her wedding ring. Yes. Gorgeous wedding ring. Cause like we were
I love
talking
that.
about their wedding and all of this, and then like she showed me off the ring, and like it's stunning. She's like, try it on. You have to try it on. I was
You're
like,
like,
say
okay.
less. Give me that rock and put it on my finger. So I'm like posing with her ring on. They're eating that shit up. They were so fun.
Oh, that's so fun. Before we go into our next segment, I want to talk about what happened last night. We talked about Mo, my little baby, my dog. So last night I had a friend over and they were like throwing the toy so she could go fetch it and stuff. And I have a little entry table with a big mirror on it. They throw the toy. Mo can never stop on my hardwoods. Runs into the table, shatters the mirror. So if anything bad happens to Mo, first of all, I'll die myself. But she has 7 years of bad luck that we're gonna have to make it through together. So
That clumsy girl.
it was a big ass mirror too, and I was
it was
like,
huge. It was like
yeah, and it was nice, and so I'm like, ugh, the thought it's gonna be like a $200 mirror to replace, which sucks. But it's good because I've been wanting a big circle mirror, so I'm like,
oh, you get a big circle.
yeah, a circle mirror will look better there anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'll save up, and when the pod pops off,
You should look at like Marshalls or TJ.
I was gonna say I'll probably go to Home Goods.
Yeah, or Home Goods. They
I
have some good
fucking
stuff.
love Home Goods, so I have to wait. I have to save up a little, and then just because the mirrors are kind of expensive, which I don't really understand.
They are expensive.
Like for what? I don't know. Obviously, everything's expensive, but like,
Mirrors are really expensive.
yeah, I don't understand because I could buy like I don't even know how much this was. I don't want to lie, but like my TV stand was cheaper than my mirror. I'm like, what? That doesn't add up.
That does not.
But yeah, so next, Meg will take us into our next segment.
Should I start with date your friends? Okay, no, we're gonna do advice really quick. We're gonna get into the topic of friends. Me and Abby already do this, but advice is this kind of ties into like a few episodes ago when somebody was like how do I not give a fuck? How do I get confidence? And how do I not care what other people think? I try to make it a daily thing. I pick one app, one social media app, and I unfriend 3 to 5 people from that app. If I don't give a fuck about what you're doing or care what you think about what I'm doing in my life, unadd.
Yeah, I think this is huge. Honestly, I'm just big, especially for me on like high school people. I've always been someone like I stick with my close friends, and I don't really fuck with a whole lot of people outside that. Just because it does like what to add to my life. And
I'm gonna be nice to everybody I
it's
meet.
so cleansing. Like,
No, it's like such
like
a
what's
good
the
feeling
point of
not
I
giving
need to
a
do
fuck.
it with Facebook. Cause
Facebook is one I've not done. So I started this with Snapchat because I was like, why do I have all these? One, I go out and I add random people, but then I was like, I would rather have my Snapchat story be like more private and like geared towards like people that actually care about what I'm posting.
So that's why, I mean, I'm sure you noticed, I mostly only post on my private story to keep it a lot more like that. Like I post some funny stuff on my real one,
Yeah.
but I have noticed I post like, I would say 80% on my
I just
on
like
my
don't
private.
even want to see. I don't want to scroll through all these random people either.
Yeah,
so that's
it's
why
like
just
I don't
unadd
care
them.
what you're doing. Like not out of like disrespect to them. It's just like it like clogs your mental. Like
I don't
what's
care
the
what
point?
Jessica from my freshman year stats class is doing.
Exactly.
In
I think that's
fucking
huge.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
And like when Be Real came out, I'm very, very selective about who can be added to my Be Real. Not that I even post on it much anymore.
I was gonna say.
But like I started to a little bit more recently. But like I would get friend requests and I'm just like deny. Like we're not being friends on Be Real. I feel like that's just intimate. And I'm starting to do that now with my Instagram. Also, if I see a guy or a girl if I see a guy I follow that got engaged, which has been weirdly a lot recently, I've been unfollowing them on Instagram. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's booed up. I only followed him because he was hot.
I was gonna say I need to go through and unadd a lot of guys. Like I don't really need you. Okay. Also, this is just a random question, obviously relating, but on Snapchat, do you have it so your story anyone can view it? Like if they're like subscribed to you.
Yeah. So if I unadd somebody, they're still subscribed.
And they can still
which
view
I
your
don't
story.
care. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't care. If
So
people,
that's how mine is too.
if
And
people are
I
subscribed.
get a lot
to
of random like people swiping up though, and being like.
yeah.
So I've been like kind of teetering on the maybe switch it to only people I accept can see my story. Which honestly, that keeps people from keeps people from not talking shit, because if I'm getting sent in any group chats, then they can't see them.
I've been in so many group chats, like, I don't even know. Our light just went out.
Which is really bad because it's Macy's light, and if it's dead, she is going to.
We can charge it. We can charge it.
I don't know where the charger is.
Is it on
but
the
I'll find
timer?
it. I'm gonna check it and also make sure the video is still going, but if you want to keep on rolling.
Okay. So that's just my advice, like friend advice, is also just don't give a fuck about, like, unless they're your best friend or like someone you care about personally.
Oh, it is dead, but oh well.
Abby almost knocked the camera over. Sorry, guys.
But my face just pops up in the camera like.
But anyway, we were talking. Well, this kind of ties in with the fact that like me and Abby were just talking like my very much lack of interest in dating right now.
Mm-hmm.
And like it makes me think about like when I was like at a time in my life where I was boy crazy and like more invested in a relationship than I was with my own friends, and like how unfulfilling that can be. And I was talking to my guy best friend about like this concept that I want to call date your friends, and how you can seek like I've just been very content in seeking a lot of fulfillment from my friends. Like I leave feeling so full, a lot happier with myself and my life, and I just like love the little moments of us just like grabbing dinner or like going to get our nails done or like just dating your friends. If you want to, like, you don't need to like be in a relationship, especially I feel like a lot of people force themselves in toxic relationships, and that's something that I'm trying to avoid with my next one.
Yeah,
I see a lot of my friends do it, and I see a lot of like people I went to school. I see people that I went to school with that are now engaged and about to marry somebody that
it used to be toxic.
Was the most toxic thing. I'm like, you're really comfortable walking down the aisle with that person?
That's what I feel looking back at my last relationship. I'm like, the fact that I seriously was like, yeah, I will be happy forever with this person. I look back, I'm like, I wasn't even happy then. Like, why did I think it would get better? Like, in my mind, like, marriage would, like, fix. Like, absolutely not.
I also think with the date your friends, you could also use this in, like, what if your guy best friend is the guy you're supposed to marry and you don't feel it right now?
You think you're supposed to marry T-Watt?
No, I'm not supposed to marry T-Watt. Me and T-Watt have a pact, though, that if when we're, like, 30 and we're still single, like, we're gonna legally get married.
You guys honestly would be very happy together, though.
Yeah, we're gonna legally get married, but have our own bed. Because, like with insurance and shit, like, my insurance is out the ass. My car insurance is out the ass because I'm single. Like, that's so stupid that I'm punished for being like. You
guys should have got married before college, and then.
Yeah, like think about all the benefits that you get from being married, but we're gonna have our own bedrooms.
Yeah. Honestly, okay.
I mean, me and T-Watt already sleep in the same bed when he has sleepovers, but like not like that. Like we don't touch each other.
Which is so funny to me.
That we have sleepovers.
No, just like the thought of you two sleeping in bed together.
If he touches me, I'm like, get the fuck off me.
Which, like, I know.
We fight like we're twin. Like, yeah. I think in a past life, me and T-Watt were twin. Like, twin brother and sister.
No, it very much gives that energy. And honestly, have we had him on? No.
No, I was trying to convince him the other night, and he's very, very nervous.
I make him nervous.
But he's, like, the most entertaining person I've ever met.
He's, okay, so he's one of the guys we called when we did that, like, couldn't hear a call thing that we did. And he was the funniest one. Because he's a big personality, he's awesome. He's like the perfect example of date your friends. Like T.Y. has always been such a reliable friend for me. He's always been there for me whenever I needed anything, and vice versa. And like if nobody's doing anything, he's like, we'll just like go out to eat. Let's dress cute. Like he always is hyping me up if I look good. He is like definition of. I don't think there's a better guy best friend. I don't think there is. He's very. I mean. Like loyal to you guys. Yeah. He goes out of his way to make plans, which is very unheard of for most men. Yeah, I love him so much. Love his family. Like the guys I consider my guy best friends are pretty shitty guy best friends. I've had a few guy best friends just like T.Y., but we don't live in the same state anymore. We still keep in touch, and I love them to death. I think I used to be that way with my high school guy best friends, but a lot of them with us growing up, they found girlfriends. Girlfriends are very threatened by that kind of relationship, and so that kind of like made us grow apart. Even though it was genuinely a guy best friend, never crossed any of those boundaries or anything, but
Yeah.
I think, and it also just moving, I don't live by any of them anymore, which sucks, but
If you don't have guy friends, that's completely fine. I feel like
yeah.
not a lot of people are like that.
I was gonna say, I think
I
we're
think
also
the
very, like, have had guy best friends our whole lives.
Yeah. I was that, like, my friend group in high school was all guys.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how I was.
Like the only girl.
Like, my friends in high school would be like, why are you hanging out with them? And it would always be me and all the guys. And, like, I feel like some girls would kind of almost be, like, jealous or, like, rude about it. And I'm like, they don't, like, it's not like that. Like, or they would be like, I mean, some of my guy best friends are absolutely wild. And they would come to my house and just, like, strip naked and go and jump in the pool. And people would be like, they would do that in front of you, and I'm like, that is how much they look at me like a guy best friend. They don't take any.
Oh my god, T.Y. has
they don't change.
Cassie running around. Well, when we all went to the lake this summer for 4th of July, there are videos of all of us just running around like in our thongs, like basically naked. Me and Cassie are like wrestling in our underwear, and like the boys are in the background, and it's because like we're just friends. I just don't see, we're all in the mutual understanding of like, we're friends, and we're very content and happy with that. And like, it also is awesome to have a guy best friend, so I can get a guy's perspective and vice versa. Like, he's always coming about girls, getting a girl's perspective.
He's,
There's just like no filtering between us, and it's just pure genuine friendship, which I appreciate.
Yeah. That's how I feel with Colin a lot. Like, we sit in the back and go through, like, every guy and girl issue we have. But
I feel like that's nice. But, dating your friends, like, so what I was gonna say is, like, the other night, there doesn't need to be, like, a reason. Like, I've been, like, really loving, like, just grabbing dinner with people lately. I'm like, let's just go grab dinner and chat, like, random people. Or, like, I also love throwing all my different walks of life friends into a group together, which is, like, how my friend group is a friend group. And I'm still to this day adding more people to it because I'm like just tossing them in.
Taylor?
Yeah, that's who
you were friends with her?
Yeah, so I met Taylor in college.
I was wondering how she kind of ended up in the friend group. I knew who she was from my friends at Northwest.
At school. So she was Hannah Denny's roommate.
Oh, okay.
And that's how we met. We were friends, like we were always in the same circle, like always in the same parties.
Was she in the same sorority?
No, she did not do Greek life. And then
I'm not sure I know her name then.
Just recently, like we've always been like every time I see her, I just started running into her recently. And then she hangs out with Hannah still all the time, and so Hannah started inviting her to stuff.
She's fun.
Oh my god, I love her. Love her to death.
I just was going through our photographer at work. He just like posted all our pictures, and I saw her at the other bar with Kristen.
Oh yeah, they went to Mosaic the other night. I was gonna meet them out, but I didn't get off till really late.
I was cracking up because I was like, I didn't even know they were like out, and then there were two people I wouldn't really expect to see together, but it's so fun like seeing.
They all came to see me at work, and I like made like my work friends, Kristen, Hadley, and then Taylor all come. I was like, they all asked me what I was doing for the game, and I was like, I work, but if you guys want to come, like, I'll save you guys a table, and they all were down. Which I love.
That is the best feeling.
They like some of them didn't know each other very well at all, and then they all went out together that night, which I thought was so fun.
Honestly, that's one of my favorite things to do is visit friends at work. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I came and saw you at Lulu. I saw you at. I come to the landing every Sunday, so.
We used to work together.
What?
And we also used to work together.
Yes.
We got in too much trouble there though. But like on last Friday night, we all like everybody was free, and people were asking me what I was doing, and I was like. I personally wasn't really in the mood to go out, and I know a few others weren't, so I was like, why don't we all just dress cute and like go to dinner? And we did, and everybody kept asking like what we were celebrating, and we were like nothing. We're just like
we just want to be cute.
We just want to be cute and hang out, and like it's so fun to do that with like a group of friends. Like you don't need to be at the bar. You still get drunk sitting down at a table of food, which was
honestly way more enjoyable.
We went to a sushi restaurant, and they had reverse happy hour.
Where'd you guys go?
We went to Kona. They have a great reverse happy hour.
I don't know what that is. Reverse.
Like
sad hour?
Like late in the night, they do their happy hour again.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which we could go during the week. Ooh, maybe we plan a date at reverse happy hour.
I love that.
Because like appetizers and drinks and all that. It's like $3, $6, and $9 menu. there's like a list of things.
I have seen that actually. That was going on last time I was there, and I was trying to keep it cheap, but then my bill got bought, and I was like,
If I don't
would've got a
go
different
during
roll.
reverse happy hour, my bill's over $100 just for me.
yeah, no.
If I go during happy hour, it's around like 50.
Me, Zach, and Colton went together, and it was over $300.
Yeah, can get expensive.
And I was like,
Also, because I like want to eat every roll, so I order like 4.
yeah. Oh, I need to get some sushi soon, but
Maybe that's what we'll make her double date.
I do love sushi. Okay, so this is let's finish this segment. I gotta stop interrupting.
We can finish it.
So do you like going to sushi on dates? Because I don't, because then your breath smells like you just ate a girl out.
I've never thought about it like that.
A guy asked me to go get sushi on a first date a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh yeah, no, or it wasn't a first date. It was like a second or third, because it was something that I was like, there's a chance I'll kiss him, and so I was like, I don't want him smelling my breath like that. Like,
That's why you gotta bring mints.
I mean, I'm a huge gum person. I always have gum.
I don't
on
give
me.
a fuck. I love sushi. I feel like sushi's a good place to go on a date because
Oh.
you're skinny when you leave.
I get sushi at work a lot, and then I'm like going over to my tables, and I'm like, oh my god, this has to be so bad. Even after I have gum in, like I'll burp and I can like taste the sushi.
Look where our most compatible is on
Am I gonna
Hinge right
scream?
now.
Who is this?
It's the bartender from Mosaic.
Oh, I've never been to Mosaic.
Oh, I thought you'd know him because you like kind of work together.
I mean, yeah, no, I've never seen this man before.
He's viral on TikTok.
Is he weird?
No, he goes viral on TikTok because he's a teacher and he'll like record himself and like you can just hear his kids in the background. It's like the cutest shit.
Okay, we're gonna have to. What? How do I not know him? No, so what? I don't know. I just met the girl who lives below me. She works at the bar beside me. Never have met her, and like we've lived here 2 months. She lives in the bedroom actually directly under me. But I think we're gonna bring up our funny, if we've had any like funny replies lately. Have you kept up with it?
I got one this is from Kaden. It says, I listened to the first podcast and then found out y'all didn't want that. So let's hurry up with our dates so I can listen to more. Because I think in the first episode we're like, don't listen to this before going on a date with us.
Yeah, no, I've specifically talked about here many times. Like, I don't like when guys listen to it and then come in and like know way too much about me on a date. Because then I have to just ask them questions and they don't ask me questions back because they have watched it and they know more about me. And then I feel awkward because I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
It's not like actually connecting, it's like a 20 questions.
And then he said, not to gas y'all up, but very OG call her daddy-esque. I definitely am telling my mom to subscribe.
I love the mom part.
And he's cute.
Let me see.
I feel like he has a mustache. He
Okay.
plays baseball.
Baseball is
He has
a huge attraction
he has
for
a
me.
gnarly mustache, which makes me think he's like fun.
Yeah.
Like if he's willing to like he's
lit.
goofy. So, and I feel like he could be somewhat
Oh my
country.
gosh, he seems like so fun.
I don't know. I feel like he'd have fun friends or something.
Okay, that follows me though.
Um,
I say this, but like one of the guys I have a crush
6
on
foot.
is literally like 5'8".
It says 6 foot.
Okay, that's
And
good.
he drinks.
Says he doesn't want children.
His goal a goal of mine is to be a funny DILF. No, it says he doesn't. Yeah.
He wants to be a DILF, but he also doesn't want children.
No, it says doesn't have children.
Oh, I thought it said doesn't want, and I was like, but you want to be a DILF?
Oh my gosh, this says I've never in my life had a hangover. Kaden, if you go out with us, I promise you're gonna wake up with one.
Whatever you take, and give me some of that, cause
Oh, he's so cute in glasses. Yeah, he looks fun.
that glasses picture didn't really do it for me, but.
I think he looks a little nerdy cute.
Do we have any other funny replies?
I'm trying to think.
I got a funny DM the other day. I said,
Some guy wants us to go to his lake house.
I got my own. I don't need yours. And that's like a big commitment. That feels.
Okay, not really funny, but T. I gotta keep names out of this one. Is
Oh yeah.
So a friend of a friend came to see me at work with some of my friends, and she invited her friends. And weirdly, when I was just saying that we all went to dinner the other night, when we were at dinner, we ran into said friend while she was on a date.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember.
Then we invited said friend to come. They invited said friend to come watch the game at my bar, and said friend's date said, "No way, my family has a reservation there for a table. Like, I'll be there." So anyway, the girls all show up. I meet the friend. She's nice. Him and all of his friends or his family are there, whatever. He's up talking to me. I'm bringing up shots. They're bouncing between, like, together as like they've been on 3 dates or something like that. They're bouncing between the two tables. I go to get on our group Hinge the next day, and said man has a active Hinge account, which is fair. I don't know their situation, but then messages us on it and suggests that him and his friend go on a double date with us.
That is a little tough, because it's like.
So I texted, like, my friend, that's her friend, just to be like, hey, heads up, like, I didn't respond. But that's just so sketch, bro. You're like, I'm your, like, I'm giving you guys shots and drinks and shit.
Yeah, that is really tough.
You know what you're doing. You're with her. I see you guys together, and then you have the audacity to then do that. And the thing is Abby also knows who this person is.
Yeah,
we don't have to get into any detail, but we know who this person is.
And I know the person that he wants to go on the double date with too. Which
anyway, he lied, or he told her it was just a joke.
Oh, I didn't realize. You hadn't updated me since you told me.
I didn't know she told her. I was like, do with this information what you want. Like, I thought her friend was super sweet, and I'm not gonna.
Now they're not gonna want to go on a double date.
I mean, we're not going, but yeah. I was just like, the audacity he had.
Strange.
To like be like that. It was a little wacky.
Yeah. Do we have any more funny replies? I had a funny DM, but I can't get it to it on my computer, so I'll bring it up next week.
Oh yeah, no.
But
I don't think I have.
Oh, speaking of strange things men say to us. So this weekend at my bar, this man comes over, and first of all, I'm just dumb. This guy looks exactly like CeeLo Green. And I was like, okay, so Little John played the Chiefs halftime, and so I was like, maybe he was with Little John. Because people said he was coming to
Power and Light.
Yeah, Power and Light. And so I was like, fuck, maybe CeeLo Green is with Little John and he's in PBR. And this man, he's kissing me on the hand, he kisses me on the cheek, and I'm like, ooh, I really like that. And so I'm up dancing. This man grabs my arm and pulls me down so I can talk to him. And he goes, "You couldn't dance like that with my tongue in you." And I was like,
what?
It gets worse. So I'm like, haha. And I just stand back up and go back to dancing. I'm like, I don't know what the hell that was. And then as soon as I hop down from dancing, he grabs me again and he goes, "You need to let a real man taste you."
What?
I was so caught off guard. I was like, I have a boyfriend. Total lie. And I ran to the back. And I was like, I can't go back out there. Oh. And I'm like making Colin check. I'm like, look if he's still there. And he's like, he's still there. I'm like, I'm just stuck in the back. Like, it was so weird.
That is so funny.
Audacity. That's a funny little. I kind of forgot about that.
Ew.
Men are just.
Why do you guys act like that?
And he was older. He was like 40, 50.
It's always the older ones.
Yeah, and normally I don't.
Like
guys kiss me.
Go home to your wife.
Like, I was not.
And your kids.
Like, him kissing me on the cheek was like crossing the line, and I was like, let's not do that.
Oh my god, I can't stand when like I put on a show, you know, for my old.
Oh yeah.
My old drunk men that come in, you know, they.
Yeah, definitely.
They treat me nice, so whatever. But they just be getting too touchy. Like, hand on my back. I literally would be like, no, we're not doing that. Like, we're not doing that. Get your arm off me.
I finally have to start telling every weird guy I don't want to interact with that the bartender is my boyfriend.
That's so smart.
Because if I say I have a boyfriend, they go, oh, well, they're not here. And so,
the bartenders
now I just point out the bartender and go, that's my boyfriend.
I
And
have to say the security guy is
oh yeah.
our bouncer.
Oh, I've done the security guy. It's whatever guy you can see. Because I'll be like, my boyfriend will be so jealous. And if I went over there and they genuinely were like had to play the part, they would.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, I had to do that about 15 times this weekend because men were on one this weekend. It's something in the air. It really goes in phases. Like sometimes they won't speak to me at all, and I'm having a great weekend. This weekend, someone asked to taste me, so.
Well, that's all I have.
You want to talk about our nose ring real quick? Or no?
We'll save it for next.
Okay, we'll save it for next week. But I think again, if you guys have any questions, segments, stuff you want to hear, funny stories, please send them all our way. We always love that. We love to.
Maybe we'll post something on the story.
Oh yeah, we'll post like either send us your best story, question, whatever. Because I love responding to those, and I think it's fun. Like when we actually get to interact with you guys, like we talked earlier. We love interacting.
I have like people that will straight up now call me and be like, Meg, I like not that we're not friends, we're friends, but be like, Meg, I need hot girl advice.
Oh.
And I'll eat that shit up. I'm like, yeah, let me give you hot girl advice. Fucking tell me your situation with your man.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, gotta go on back.
I love that people trust us because I was not the friend to be trusted for a long time. Like not trusted. I'm saying with dating advice because I was dating my trash ex, and they're like, yeah, I'm not listening to you.
Okay, but like I feel like
that's how I know now.
People are allowed to give good advice because of like things that have happened to them.
Yeah, now
it's like you know better now.
Now I'm out here on I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Kinda. But
please like and subscribe, follow on every social media platform. Leave us a 5-star review. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but
we have some haters out there who did leave some negative reviews. I think it's on Spotify.
Really?
Probably our old producer, if we're gonna be honest.
Probably our old producer, some bitch that doesn't like me. Who cares?
Well, don't do that, please.
I got apparently it's a dig to call somebody an it girl because some girl that was like kissing my ass trying to be my friend was going around and is like, Meg is such an it girl. Like she's saying it in a negative connotation.
Yeah, bitch, I am the it girl.
And I was like, that sounds like a compliment if you're asking me. If you think I'm an it girl, then I'm doing something right, at least in your mind.
That I think she meant like pick me girl. You know what I mean?
That's what I asked. I was like, does she mean she's a pick me girl?
Oh.
I am not a pick me girl.
No, I don't think you are. I'm saying she's saying it in the connotation
that I asked, and they were like, no,
they
think that she's like, she just says that you're an it girl and you're trying to be an it girl. And I'm like, I'm living my life.
See, I am an it girl and I'm
the
it girl, bitch.
Yeah. Last time I checked, I influence you, so
yeah.
I think
you obviously care enough to talk about me, so
yeah.
That's how I always feel. I'm like, obviously, like I matter enough you're talking about me, so
yeah. I live rent free in her mind.
Exactly. So, on that note, thank you guys for coming back to Keep It Blunt another week. We'll love to see you next Wednesday also, and have a great week.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Cute.
Bet. That was 50 minutes.